All right, day 108. So, my wife's doing something with our room, so my green screen's a little messed up right now. But, I missed yesterday. I didn't post on Twitter. I missed my podcast. I continue to work out though. I haven't had any issues with. I got a good habit stack going on where what that is you try to merge things so that something you're going to do every day, you do the other thing that you want to get done every day. And so I made the rule that I'm not going to eat lunch until I finish my workout. And it's only a 5 minute workout. So it's like, it kind of forces me to get stuff done, you know? Um, we met with a potential co founder again, a new one. His name's Dom, yesterday. And we'll see. It's kind of promising. We'll see if it's the right fit for him. But you know, these people are out there. These people exist. These people could be good people on our team. And I think as I've gone further and further down a Jeff Bezos rabbit hole, I've learned that we do need help, and to invent the future, which is what we need to do. Um, it's not something that me and Sean can put our heads together for 5 days and do, and it's going to take a long time. So we'll see where that goes, I guess. But, you know, it's, um, it's good. We're getting closer. I know I'm a little worried we're going to miss our deadline of October 12th, but we're getting close. It's going to be it's going to be a photo finish at the end there. The thing I don't want to do is spend so much time on the product that we really don't plan the pitch very well. Um, but it's only one pitch, we probably need to pitch 50 times and be okay with that. So I didn't post on Twitter yesterday either. I got to work on that. But yeah, things are fine. I'm getting nervous. I'm getting nervous, and I'm getting kind of annoyed because I just feel like we're doing so well. But I forgot I'm up to 19 pull-ups and 25 push-ups now. I'm filling my head with a lot of just Jeff Bezos isms, and I think it's a good idea because if you want to be great, you need to understand what great people are like and learn about them, be like them, think like them. Um, there is some negative consequences of it though, because I am harder on myself that I'm not like that inherently, and it makes you think more about the future and plan it, and it kind of increases your levels of anxiety because you're thinking more clearly about the odds of success and failure and everything. And it's all good. It's just it's a learning growth curve of feeling prepared and feeling ready, and um, knowing that it's all going to help you in the long run. So I think it will, but on the way there, I just gotta remember not to get too sad. That nothing happens overnight, and I'm 100 days later, I'm always double as good at the job. I think that's the thing I've been trying to really remind myself. It's like when I read about, see, hear, watch somebody that is better than me at anything, at something, that doesn't mean I should quit. And it doesn't mean I'll never be like them. It kind of just means I need to try for another 100 days. and I'll probably get a lot closer than I think I will to what they're doing. Like that, these things aren't insurmountable. Like the gaps between me and Jeff Bezos is not insurmountable. Not trying is what's going to make it insurmountable. Like it's going to make it impossible. I understand that that's kind of stupid, and I understand that like I'm never going to be like him in the actual sense, but the idea that I'll never be closer to him is stupid. Like it is equally stupid. Like I will get probably 10 to 30% better every 100 days for the rest of my life at whatever I put my head to, and I need to remember that that is really, really powerful, when it comes down to it. You will be very, very powerful if you let that exponential interest kick in. And I think I've always quit before it kicked in, and that's what these workouts, 103 days, and eating right for 87 days, like it's becoming very easy for me to do that and push myself. And I'm honestly, it's starting to like not, my body's starting to not look like mine anymore. It's kind of like a weird, I look like I'm photoshopped I'm starting to look like I'm photoshopped, which is kind of crazy. And the trick is just not quitting, and the trick is thinking it's not like that I'll never, or that it'll be, that it'll be okay. Like whatever I'm stuck on or not able to do, or I don't think that way, or I'm not good enough at that thing yet. I think the more I learn about Bezos, and I need to find some other people to watch closely. I mean, I think he went from good to great very quickly in the span of maybe 6 months to 2 years. Most people take probably like 5 years. And I think he hit an echelon of greatness that people haven't really ever seen before. But I will say this, like, I think a lot of it's game theory. I think a lot of it's war theory. And I think it's easier to obsess about that stuff than I think it is, because the second the more I think about, like, what would Jeff do right now? Like, how would he think about this? Like, he would be thinking about like what his competitors would be doing next as a result of him existing, and he builds a strategy for that, and that's the kind of thought process we need to have. Like, it's got to be very like. The one thing that I keep coming back to is that he is so specifically thoughtful about everything, because he believes, and he believes it because it's true. Like, I shouldn't say he believes it. The fact that everyone's trying to not think about or not realize is that the odds of success with a new company are very low. And it's funny because we all say that and we all like know that, but I think for the first time, most people, and this goes back to like in the like early 2000s or mid 2000s, there was like a show called Scared Straight, where they would lock these kids with like inmates for a couple hours or whatever, and have the inmates like yell at them, and these kids are all bad kids that probably were gonna go to prison in the future. And they actually figured out that after many years of this show existing, that they thought they were helping the kids, but as they found out afterwards, that the kids were more likely to go to jail after going to Scared Straight camp. And it's because they got yelled at by a bunch of people that said, you're not good enough, you're not strong enough, you'll never hack it in prison. And they actually like took that as a challenge, that they would hack it in prison. And I think most startup culture is you won't hack it. It's Scared Straight. It's like reminding you of the odds. And I think that's really important for a lot of people, because you need to be reminded that you need to be so great to win. But I think when we hear that message as founders, we it's very easy to, it's not forget, but it's like, it's really hard to believe that you're not exceptional. It's really hard to believe, like, it's really hard to acknowledge the fact that there are other people, mostly because I'm not in school with them anymore. I don't see them day to day. I don't know that they're better than me at stuff. I don't see them every day. I'm not like watching them. I'm kind of like coming in and out. I might meet a few people here and there, but I really don't know what the level of greatness is that I need to strive for. And I think that's a missing component in all of this. Like, if we all were in school together, I don't know how you would do that, but there isn't some uniform way of deciding if I'm good or bad from my perspective. I think there is from a lot of other people's perspective, but I don't think that way. All I'm trying to say is I think Jeff cuts through that crap where he is so open and honest with the idea that his company can fail and is likely to fail, that he's constantly playing offense and defense for every little piece of it, and in ways in practice that I've never thought was necessary. And the fact that he did it because it was necessary, like, this is one of the greatest people of all time, so it is necessary to be that level of game theory, that level of war, that it's just opening my eyes that like, he paid millions of dollars back in 1998 to have exclusive rights to AOL, so that AOL wouldn't put Barnes and Noble in its search engine, really. Like, it would put it in there, but like, it would auto prioritize Amazon if anyone searches for books or anything, and it would put links to Amazon all over AOL. And like, how forward thinking is that? Like, because he knew that eventually Barnes and Noble was going to copy him, and he had the foresight to not give them any equity, all these search engines, because that's all they wanted was equity, because they saw the future too. He gave them all of his revenue so that he would have exclusive rights, so that when Barnes and Noble actually saw them coming and said, okay, we should probably build a website, he said, do it, because I already have all of the traffic coming to me exclusively, and it's done. And it's like, I like, it's there's like, the competition doesn't realize how screwed they are for years, because he doesn't talk about his plans. He doesn't tell anybody what he's going to do. He doesn't even in press releases say anything negative about anybody. It's always about the customer, and it's just I just gotta being closer to that is a really good thought process and thought bubble I need to really, really keep expanding down. Of a customer obsessed company is doing SWOT analysis about everything, like every little detail. They're doing an analysis of that, the strengths and weaknesses and threats and opportunities, everything. And it's just deeper than I've ever gone with anything. And I need to stop thinking of that as a problem. I need to think of that as a strength. Going deeper into the rabbit hole of game theory with all of the different components of our company versus all the other companies. It's not that you're worried about the competition, it's that you're playing against them. And copying them isn't the answer, but guessing their next move is a good way to also spend your time. I mean, not all of your time, but a good maybe 20-30% is playing defense to them and finding ways to be exclusive to the customer that they can't ever copy. And that's what that's the theme of all of this Bezos research that I'm doing, is like, he literally picked books over anything. And it's not because he just decided on books. He actually did a real statistical study on each one of these things. Like, I've never done a statistical analysis on anything, I mean, a real one. And that's the level of detail we need to get to be powerful, you know, to be valuable. I need to be that crazy. I need to be that specific, because otherwise it's likely I'll fail. Like all you can do is, it's like blackjack. All you can do is move the odds into your favor a little bit, you know? But the only way you do that is by counting cards, you know, by counting what everyone else has, you know, and otherwise you're just doomed to fail slowly. And I really need to think of it as game theory more often, and putting the odds in my favor, and computing that, not just guessing, computing that, the odds in my favor. So it's, you know, it's very simple to talk about compared to how hard it is, but it's it needs to be done. I won't be valuable or powerful until I do that, and I need to keep going down that hole of learning how he did it and learning more about how to do it. And I think I need to read some more, like The Art of War and stuff like that. I need to read more books like that to understand better of how to compete, because right now I'm competing without, it's like I'm playing a board game and I barely know the rules, you know. Like I'm happy to be here right now. I'm not actually like playing simulations of the game to learn more about how to play it against different types of people, and that's what I should be doing, you know. So it's all good. I mean, I'm growing my brain of what to do next and how to do it. It's just complicated stuff, you know. It's really, it's if I went to school for this, I would know, but there's no school for this. Like, the way to learn this stuff is to study the great people, and they don't want to tell you either, because it's all competition. It's kind of like stock trading. Like, everyone's competing against each other. And once again, it's the greatest game on earth, right? I'm still learning the rules of it, you know. It's cool though. I like that I'm learning more about the rules, and we'll get there, you know. I just gotta keep learning, you know. I gotta not get sad that I don't know anything. I gotta start learning and knowing what I mean, and knowing what to do next, and building up my expertise in this game theory. So, but gotta obsess about customers, and we gotta do it in a way that builds us a moat. How do we build something that no one else has, you know, or no one else can have? That's especially with SaaS. That's the hardest thing. SaaS is like how can you build something no one else has with software, you know? And that'll be our challenge, I guess. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap this up. But I think it was a good brain dump, just trying to capture all of these learnings I'm taking from all this deep Bezos research, and put it into something useful. But I mean, I still got to go back to the same 3 principles, which is customer obsessed, long-term thinking, invent the future, and be excellent at it. And besides that, I need to start playing more offense and defense on how to do those 3 things, you know? So, but it's all good. We're still moving. I think we'll get it done, but we gotta keep moving. So I'm just gonna dedicate as much time as possible to learning. There's no other way, right? We're gonna fail if we don't learn how to not fail while we're doing so. Okay, back to it. Have a good day.